Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the House of Marks podcast, the greatest wrestling podcast in the world.
Oh,
Sit
my.
back for a long time of smooth jazz in, the words of wrestling from Nathaniel, Westonian, and me, Cody Midas. All right, guys. What is up, man? How are y'all?
What's up?
Cody minus?
Cody Midas.
Oh, I thought you said Cody minus. That was funny.
I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, guys, man, look, I'm going to be real, and we'll get into it later, but, bro, this week, man, I could, for everybody that knows, I watch WWE and AEW. It just, after both shows, I'm like, I am so confused.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah.
I guess, like, the Sammy stuff is what confuses me on the AEW side, just because why did we do the title flip back and forth?
Yeah.
Then on the WWE side, I guess I'm just confused because they had a whole unification tag match, and then it became a 6-man tag for some reason. There's no unification of the titles, but this is an AEW podcast.
Yeah, so we don't talk about WWE unless we're complaining about something comedically.
Yes.
I will say one thing. Dakota Kai, come on, dude. What?
Oh, yeah, I saw she got released.
What? Why? They fucking released Dakota Kai.
Yes!
What?
Because he wants her to go to AEW.
I really hope she does at this point, because I don't think she was being used properly there anyways, dude. NXT 2.0 is a nightmare. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to talk about it.
I don't watch it, so I can't speak on 2.0.
It's trash.
Cody, you don't remember Braun Breaker saying he wanted to smash Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, no, I remember that. That was funny.
Smash his ass.
I'm going to smash his ass.
I'm going to smash his asshole.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What kind of wrestling is this?
It's the type of wrestling your parents walk in on and be like, "Whoa! I didn't know you liked. I didn't know you liked all those men, son. That's nice.
Huh.
Those big strong men, huh? They rub around on each other and roll around on the mat. Same smash asses. Yeah. I support this, son." So like, whoa. Hold on, let me show you a Steve Austin clip real quick. She wrestled me and she fought Kevin Owens. Did you see that? It was the best match. Yep, sure, son. Smash ass.
Yeah. Yep.
No, NXT 2.0.
You got a grown man in jean shorts. like a not even grown.
That's what a real man looks like, son.
He's on side missions.
You're all over yourself in jean shorts and stick up the middle finger.
He did that his whole life. Now he's on side quests, dude. That man's a well done man. He ain't even grown. He's primed. That's fucking well done right there. Oh,
Good God.
He ain't burnt. He proved it. He proved he ain't burnt. He says, "I'm well done."
But man, what I gotta say is, dude, hopefully Dakota Kai, if they do decide to bring her into AEW, I think she would be a great addition to the women.
Seriously, good asset. Like, I think definitely. Man.
I think Storm was the same thing. Like, it was, I didn't know that she got released, and then when they signed her, I immediately was like, oh, fuck yeah. Because the thing with AEW, and Cody and I talked about this in the Lost episode, that the women's division is very bland. At least it has been for a long time, and they don't have a lot of character, right? That was how you said it, Cody? They don't have character.
To me, at least, the women all seem to be
basic.
But yeah, it's hard. Like, some of them have certain things that stand out, but it's like 3 of them. It's like Thunder Rosa, Chris Stratlander, and Britt Baker. And even Britt Baker is more on the basic side.
Britt Baker is super basic, dude. She is total. Which is why basic bitch. Like, she's like the bully in high school. That's her whole gimmick, even though she's a dentist. I don't understand why she's so over. That's the thing that blows my mind.
I think her shtick has gotten really old, but she's still so good in the ring. That's the problem. It's just she needs like somebody to guide her more in promos.
I think Hikaru Shida's better than her in the ring.
Oh, Sheeta's definitely better, but I mean,
And I mean, you know what it is though? I just never rode the Britt Baker dick train. You know what I mean? I never was riding that hard. You know, I didn't care.
I don't know if we have an order here, but like, let's be real here. On the note of Sheeta, that what they did to her this week is fucked up.
I don't even know. Yeah, the thing is though is that like personally I think what they've done to Sheeta since she lost the title has been fucked up. They've literally only done her versus Serena Deeb. They've done it like 4 or 5 times now.
Dude, and then you set up this match with her and you finally think this is going to be the time Sheeta's going to get the win and this feud's going to be done and
Right.
Dweeb gets the win and it just seems so lackluster, man. I don't know. That's fucked up booking.
No, wait, hold on. In my mind, Serena Deeb or Dweeb, that's a good one. Serena Dweeb. Dude,
that's what me and my girlfriend call her.
dude, she is the chick who got her fucking head shaved bald in the Straight Edge Society, and she will be nothing more in my eyes. I don't give a fuck what she did in NWA because NWA is a fucking dying company. I'm gonna eat those words one day. But
And look, man, the thing that bugs
Yeah, like honestly,
bugs me is
NWA
push
used to be
that-
something that came on after SmackDown was when I was a kid, and it would be live from gymnasiums, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And I'd turn it off.
mm-hmm.
the
Sorry,
thing is,
keep
man,
going.
with Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida, they pushed it like it was this big heated, it's been a long time coming rivalry that we've been so excited to see the ending of. And I just think, dude, first off, y'all barely push it. Y'all will go weeks sometimes without really addressing it.
Yeah,
And just
it's funny you say that, is because the fans are probably really wanting it to end. But I don't think in the way that they think. They're like, "Oh, we want this match to be over, not just we want this match. We want it done so you can move on." But
We've seen it too many times already before, and it's just like it's not interesting.
it's becoming Usos versus the New Day.
Yes, honestly.
How many Hell in a Cell matches have they had? Every single one of them was awesome. But I mean, how many times have we seen it? You know, it's John Cena versus Randy Orton. We've seen it.
right.
Yeah.
It's been done.
Especially
It's-
in a place like AW that doesn't like doing a whole bunch of rematches.
Right, but I was going to say, but here's the thing: is those rematches weren't necessarily back to back for fucking 6 months. They were
Right.
spread out like once or twice a year, if that. They would have like those heated rivalries. They would make it special. If you want to make the Serena Deeb rivalry special, drag it the fuck out, rotate some rivalries, bring it back up later.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
Right.
the only thing that happens between them while they're on television. You know, it's like you don't have them doing anything else. And then when they are doing anything else, you're like, "Oh, finally, we're done with it." She shows back up again. And it's like, "Oh, no, I'm still fucking mad at you." And it's like, leave her alone, for fuck's sake. All right. She doesn't, you beat her. All right. You beat her enough times. You're better than her. All right. It has been proven. This is basically becoming, actually, this is a better example. This is basically becoming Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. Because one of these days,
Dude.
Oh God. See, you know what? Can we get into that? Because I don't know the next time we'll get an opportunity to talk about Cody Rhodes. And I kind of want to talk about Cody Rhodes real quick.
That's true.
Because
That rivalry was the end of him. Because remember, he was getting cheered for up until that rivalry happened. And then he beat Malachi Black and ruined the streak, and everybody hated him for it.
the problem I got with Cody Rhodes is the man is like during his time in AEW was pretentious as shit.
Yeah,
like he always had to cut promos about, "Oh, we started a revolution," and get the crowds all fucking hyped and all that shit. And he talked all that shit on WWE. He took all them fucking shots, and there were a bunch of fans who bought into it and were like,
love you, Cody.
yeah. He's the reason you're here. Oh God. Oh, I can't wait till we can tell that story.
Whenever
but-
that baby.
but basically, he just I never fucking liked him, and I
did at the beginning.
He
At the beginning, but
I don't understand. What bugs me is how is he such like a conceited like dude where it's like I won't turn heel. Like why, dude? All you had to do was turn heel, and you would have been the hottest thing in AEW.
He wanted to be like praised by the fans, and him going to WWE has worked out for him tremendously because now WWE is embracing them, and it's a big W for all of the guys who hate AEW. But like that's his whole character is a reflection of him. He is pretentious. The dude's brilliant in the ring, but like otherwise, he's really always looked out for himself. The whole thing, I won't challenge for the belt, but taking away
that's the thing I hate.
AEW, you know what I mean? Like, it's all you can see through it.
Well, see, that's the thing. But I always hated the fucking title thing. That's what I hated about the title thing, man. Was why the fuck do you got to make a stipulation for yourself? I can never challenge for the title again. How about you just don't book yourself? Like, why are you the big fucking deal? Because Kenny's a high-ranking official in AEW. The Young Bucks basically run the fucking tag division, from what I understand, and they got to be tag champs. Kenny got to be world champion. If you're worried about it, just don't book yourself. Don't make yourself like, oh, but I got to look like I'm the best. It just But yes, I agree with that. The fucking like pandering for like love.
Yeah. I see that. I totally can see that. But at the same time, if you look at it at just like a literal standpoint, a lot of people were always talking about, because Cody is pretentious and all this other stuff that we were talking about, like agreeing with all that stuff. Everybody already knew that. And so people were just assuming that he was just going to book himself to become champion immediately. And I think in his own mind, he was doing it. It was kind of like one of those double-edged sword things where it was like, I'm going to do it in his mind. Like, I'm going to do it to silence those critics that are like thinking that I'm going to do it. But at the same time, it didn't really help his cause because it just made him look even worse. You know what I mean?
And he still got booked so great in everything he did. You know what I mean? It became so see-through.
It's like he thought that booking himself to be the champion was the problem. It wasn't. It was booking himself to be. But it was weird because that first year, and I give him credit for this. A lot of the WWE. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. AEW pillars. A lot of them really were built through Cody. I mean, think about it. Darby's career was built through Cody at Fyter Fest, and then when they had the draw, and then they had another one, I think afterwards, the rematch, which was also a time limit draw, which skyrocketed Darby Allin to stardom. MJF's career in AEW was practically started by Cody, because he was in the Nightmare Family. And then when he had the match with the stipulation of I'll never challenge it, MJF cost him the match. And that whole fucking thing, it skyrocketed him as the major heel turn. He was already a heel. It was really weird, but it still got him a lot of fucking heat when he did it. You know, so it's like Cody put a lot of people over in year one. He booked himself nice, but he did it in a way, because the Darby one specifically, he was booking himself as a heel. You could hear him. He was saying heel promo. He was the heel of that feud. But it was at a, and I even said this because again, I liked Cody Rhodes until he booked himself to win against Malachi Black. That was my turning point, and it seemed it was everybody else's turning point too. Cody's always hit with Cody Rhodes. I get that. But like it was the what was it? Oh God, what was I talking about? The thing is like even back then with Cody Rhodes, you could see when he was booking himself, he was on this like pedestal almost in a lot of people's eyes that it didn't matter whether he won or lost. You know, because at the end of the day, he was Cody Rhodes. You know, I always compared him to, or at least his star power, I would compare him to the likes of like Nate Diaz in the UFC. You know, Nate Diaz has been losing a lot lately, and it sucks because I love Nate Diaz and he's a really good fighter in my opinion. But it's that thing of he's been losing a lot lately, but then when you go back and you watch during the Leon Edwards fight, the pay-per-view of it, when they got to the arena and they showed Nate's face on the Titantron of him entering the arena, the entire crowd fucking exploded. This man had lost the past 5 fights or whatever, but it didn't fucking matter because that's Nate Diaz. that star power. That was what Cody Rhodes had a lot of that first year. That's why and I could see he was putting over a lot of guys because of that. And I always thought that was cool. But at the end of the day, it also just feeds that ego. You know what I mean? And now it got to the point where it's becoming a problem. And
everybody saw through it in AEW, and they're going to see through it in WWE, man, because Vince is going to book him to the fucking moon. He's so happy to have him back.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just wild to me because, he's not like Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was like brought in from Vince McMahon, and then, he chose him. That was the chosen one, that gimmick. Yeah. I actually liked that. I fucking loved the Future Shock DDT. I thought that was cool. I always liked Drew McIntyre secretly. It was one of those things where he was probably the first heel that I ever respected, because there was a lot of heels that I hated growing up because, I was a mark back then and I was buying into it really hard. If it was fake, it didn't matter to me because it was cool to watch, and I would buy into it and hate these personas, and I was really into it. And I still like that now, but I'm a little bit more open-minded about it. But I think Drew McIntyre back in the day was probably the first one where I was like, God, I hate you, but you're so cool. You're like, I've never felt these feelings about a bad guy on wrestling before. This is the weirdest thing. And then he's gone, But yeah, it's like Cody Rhodes isn't Drew McIntyre, I mean, because even Drew McIntyre did more than Cody Rhodes did in the WWE, basically, in his first run, and he basically did what Cody Rhodes did first. Yeah, I don't know. You're totally right. They're going to see through it very quickly, hopefully.
No, I agree with you, man. It's a rough situation though, because he's such a good talent in the ring. His match with Rollins was probably the best match at WrestleMania, or if not one of the best.
Whoa! Hey, you watched
Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Owens is pretty fucking awesome. I'll give Stone Cold his flowers, dude. That dude can cut
Cody off before Cody's probably taking some deep breaths right now, staring directly at his phone. Really upset.
I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I'm not talking about Reigns.
No, for saying that
Steve Austin isn't the greatest thing that happened at WrestleMania.
It's the greatest match of all time. No,
I think Stone Cold stole WrestleMania, dude.
Bullshit, total bullshit compared to Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. That match was great, but I don't know if it was the best thing. I mean,
I'm totally joking.
I was gonna say, WrestleMania was so boring. I think I don't remember.
It was one of the most talked about things, though, man. Like to see a guy who hasn't, No,
that was the most exciting part about WrestleMania. I mean, we literally stayed that night to see. We're like, I don't give a fuck how tired we are. We're watching Stone Cold Steve Austin come down to the ring.
He did so much more than we thought. We were predicting that shit as we were watching that, and like,
dude, I'm like, he's gonna take a fucking Luthez press and the stutter, and that's
he never took a Luthez press, dude. He never took one.
No, he never did. Never did it.
I was like, that's the one thing I wanted to see. I love the Luthez press. It's so cool. They're probably like, no, his knee braces, they can't take it anymore. If he goes down to his knees on a Luthez press, his kneecaps will blow out of his knees. His knees will blow apart. In his shoulder, he had a rotator cuff surgery recently. He can't do the Luthez press punches as fast as he used.
Fucking suplexes, dude. Like
on the fucking concrete, bro.
He couldn't do a fucking Luthez press, though, my man.
No, he used all his energy for that.
That match was great.
That's the name of this episode. It's going to be House of Marks episode 2, Luthez press.
Yeah.
The question: you can't do the Luthez press, man.
So let's move into Dynamite, guys. First match of the night.
5 minutes.
Well, I guess we'll say it's the second match of the night because we pretty much said all there is to say on Hikaru Shida and Selena Deeb.
Yeah. So
wait, can we all agree that's like really like terrible booking? Yeah, Serena Dweeb.
Yeah, I'm pretty much we're on the same page.
Okay.
What?
Shaved Dweeb from the Straight Edge Society.
I didn't even piece together that she was the one in Straight Edge Society until you told me that, and I was like, wow, I never.
I was told that, and I looked at her and I said, no fucking shit, because I totally forgot everything that went into any person that went into that ring was fucking like unused talent or something. They were a wrestler, and I did not even fucking. I was like, oh no, they only started doing that after I was informed that they do that. That's those other people were different random people. That's for sure. I didn't even fucking think about the fact that Serena Deeb was that fucking person. But yeah, anyway.
So the first match of the night, bro. We gotta get into Dynamite, bro.
Dynamite.
All right, Dax Harwood versus Cash Wheeler.
Match was amazing.
Fucking awesome. I thought it was cool how they had spots where they paid homage to Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They I was so excited for that match. Actually, I literally when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's gonna be good. Gonna be a good match.
Well, and then I know you were scared because you were like, "Oh God, I hope they don't break up tonight."
Well, not break up. I hope they don't. I was saying I hope this doesn't turn into a fucking DIY feud.
No. I think they were good. They like walked out together and shit.
The way that ended, I don't think that anymore. When it was announced though, I was like, oh yeah, well, that's literally the exact setup of the fucking DIY fucking explosion.
Fucking great match, man.
But yeah, no, that match was great.
I'm so happy that they're like face now, and they got over with the crowd really quick. Like I've never seen such like a seamless like transition from being, kind of.
I don't know about that. Hey, you might eat those words though, because we're going to be talking about a different match that had a seamless transition, and it doesn't make any sense. There's a certain person who now is a champion who immediately within a week is now a face after being a heel for fucking a year.
Oh, dude. Look, trust me, I'm about to agree with you on all that too.
To say we'll get to that when we get to it, but yeah, I totally agree. So he's probably not the worst, the best seamless transition, but I do agree. I was really excited when they debuted the first time, because it's like I don't know why, I just didn't like the Revival. I really was on that fuck the Revival train, even like in literal terms. But when they debuted in AEW, I don't know what it was. I was just like, oh fuck, that's all right. I see it. You know what I mean? Like I get it now. I get why they're fucking cool. Yeah. And so even when they fucking were heel and shit, I was still like, yeah, FTR, fuck yeah.
I never was too into their whole like shtick, but like their matches were always fucking good, even if I wasn't into them for a while.
They turned like the 80s generic wrestlers. I was like, that shtick, I'm kind of like, okay, it's all right, I guess. But like, I know it's their style and it makes sense and it's good, but like, I don't know. I do like them though. I'm glad that they're doing things like they have championships. I'm glad though they're Ring of Honor champions, right? Ring of Honor tag team champions.
Yeah, Ring of Honor tag champs, and they're still the AAA.
I was gonna say I know that they're AAA, but I didn't. The Ring of Honor one I think is more. I'm not gonna say more relevant, but it's like more close to home, I guess, in my eyes, because I don't watch AAA. I don't know how to watch it, and even if I did, I don't know if I would. Not because I just
Yeah, we get you.
Like, yeah, fucking. But anyway, fucking. It is cool. I like that. I like that they're champions and stuff like that. I think it was really, really nice. And the fucking match they had against the Briscoes was fucking. That match was great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, then we move forward to the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Factory.
Great match, but ended exactly how I thought it was going to end.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really pushing anything right now. Now it's just, hey, here's our guys every week.
It's become more of a since his best friend Cody Rhodes left. It's like, I don't know why he didn't leave with Cody, to be completely honest.
Who?
QT Marshall.
QT Marshall. He's
Cody Rhodes' real life best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just jobbing there, too.
Because WWE said they didn't need a Sopranos knockoff.
Yeah, it's like he was a jobber before, but like now he's like even more of a jobber. He's like a Peter Avalon jobber.
I mean, he lost to fucking Big Show, dude.
Yeah, basically, right?
Well, a bad example because Hook's killing it right now. But yeah, fucking he lost to fucking Paul White, the Big Show.
Yeah, sorry, Paul White. Yeah.
WWE's Studios presents Knucklehead. So, by the way, can I just slide that in there? Slip that in real quick. That movie is funny and awesome, and I used to love watching it when I was a kid. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now it's just the Blackpool Combat Club. They're just getting their thing going. You know, they gotta
but see, the
get
thing
everybody used to them beating the fuck out of people.
Suck now. I almost feel like Tony Khan is just like punishing the factory in spite of Cody Rhodes. It's like you were affiliated with him, and now you're gonna get punished for it. It's like his coping mechanism for his main pretty boy leaving him. The pretty boy to the list.
Yuta's been fucking over though, man. I think that's one good thing about the whole Blackpool Combat Club shit. He's really like become a star overnight.
He has, and honestly, it's weird because when he was with it's kind of a status thing too. Because it's like when you're with the best friends, I mean, your status is literally just we're friends, we're all friends, and it's like cool. Nobody stands out, even though you're all completely different from each other. Like I could give a fuck about none of you.
Yeah.
And Wheeler Yuta was a specific one where I was like, dude, I don't care about you. Where's Trent and Chuck Taylor, the real best friends, the original, the best friends, the two of them that are cool. Yeah. I don't want Wheeler Yuta, but this whole Blackpool Combat Club thing, it's taken me. I like Wheeler Yuta. He's fucking killing it now.
He's absolutely killing it. I love his spots in all the recent matches and shit. So.
That fucking pure championship match again, going back to the fucking Ring of Honor Supercard or the Supercard of Honor. That was a good match. I know it wasn't Cody's jam or whatever.
Yeah, that's just not my cup of tea, but it's still
match. But it was a good match. It was really entertaining in my eyes. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was pretty too because there was a lot of times where he was going to lose and then didn't, and then was winning and then didn't, and it was it was really entertaining. It was a real back and forth. But they're fucking killing it.
I'm excited for them to go. I'm just ready going forward for a rivalry. That they're probably just waiting for the Kingston and Jericho Society rivalry to end so they can go feud with one of them.
Or maybe even the fucking Pinnacle Wardlow rivalry to end, or fuck hell, there may even be waiting like a Death Triangle and House of Black rivalry to end. All the fucking stables are warring right now. It's a gang war in AEW, and there's a new gang in town, and there's no fish to.
They're gonna run the show, bro. They're gonna run.
That's what I want to see. I want to see like what's the first real big rivalry that Black Combat Club are gonna have.
Disputed Elite.
Yeah, dude.
That would be bad.
You have to put them in a serious situation now because they're just fighting jobbers. They're just fighting fucking jobbers. And it's cool.
But they need a real opponent for sure.
I don't know if it's going to be them though, and the reason I say that, I'm pretty sure Kenny Omega is going to return at the
Double or Nothing
Forbidden Door. I think he's gonna come back at Forbidden Door, and even if it's Double or Nothing, that puts him coming back around a time where where it's too late to start a rivalry with like the Blackpool Combat Club, because he's gonna be starting his elite rivalry with the Undisputed Era,
Yeah, which I doubt they'll call that, but what do you think they're going to be called, though? Do you think they're just going to stick with Red Dragon?
Well, I don't know. Like, is the Undisputed Elite their name, or is that just what the shirt said?
No, that's what the conglomerate is. That's what Red Dragon and the Young Bucks are with Adam Cole. That's the Undisputed Elite.
Huh.
Yeah. I think that's what they're going by.
That's what they're going by right now. That's what I'm saying. That's going to implode when Kenny comes back. You know it, because Kenny's going to look at Adam Cole. He's going to be like, "Oh, you're dead. You're a ghost. I'm seeing ghosts. Why not? You're a ghost." I'm kidding. Because I know Kenny was still there when he debuted.
Yeah, no. Well, they were in the multi-man match of the show we went to. I think it was an 8-man.
I love that too, because he was there and Kenny is on the mic and he goes, "He's our friend, you idiots." And it was like, "We know, you idiot." We're not dumb. That was funny. I loved that pay-per-view too. Speaking of, that was a sweet pay-per-view.
That was a great pay-per-view.
It was a really good fucking show. But anyway, probably next match. We probably talked about Blackpool Combat Club for too long.
Yeah, we can move on to the next one because it's actually a fun one that's next. It is Wardlow versus Lance Archer. Holy goddamn shit, guys. Did Wardlow show off his athleticism in this match?
Dude, I'm growing a front tail. Wardlow is amazing.
Wardlow did a swanton bomb.
He did do a swanton bomb, and it was sick. Yeah. I love Wardlow. I used to not like him. I used to thought he was really bland, but that was because they were booking him like he was a monster.
I think MJF has the potential to make anybody a star.
He really does.
He's that good. Any feud he's in, the opposite side of him, everybody fucking loves because it's so easy to hate MJF. It's brilliant, dude.
Also, who is he made a star though? Because a lot of the people he's been beefing with are stars. Jericho, Darby Allin.
He gave Jericho hit one of Jericho's best feuds in probably recent years.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know. Not
a star, but like making them shine. You know, like
I would say it's more making people relevant. He's a more he makes relevance. He makes news. He makes gold. Yes, I agree with that. But I wouldn't say that he makes stars because he's beefing with stars, which if anything just proves his stardom in general. I mean, because you can't tell me that Darby's not a star or any of these other guys are not a star.
I don't think Wardlow was one. I think he was just a henchman, and then they just boosted him with this storyline.
No, that's the thing. I think.
Well, here's the thing, though. MJF is 100% making Wardlow a star. Wardlow got over at first on his own, but like this shit, I think I'm giving a lot of it to MJF. He is really making a star out of Wardlow.
Yeah. But the other thing too is that so as far as the Wardlow thing goes, can I just point this out too, is when you think about Wardlow's like debut and shit, they used to book him like he was the Big Show. Like they booked him like he was a giant and that he was a big man, and the man is not that big. He's not that tall. Okay. He's only a couple inches taller than MJF. And I bring this up a lot because I find it hilarious. It was when Max won the ring first, when he won the diamond ring or whatever, DDP was there to present it, and they got into a tough little bit of a face-off, and Wardlow got into DDP's face, and DDP was like half an inch to an inch taller than Wardlow.
Yeah.
It's like, how am I supposed to believe that this is some giant man when he's not even taller than fucking Diamond Dallas Page? You know, but then as time went on, like recently, Wardlow's definitely been growing on me, mainly just because it's that MJF is very easy to hate, and I was always saying like Wardlow would be cool if he was alone. I've been saying that for a long time because they never did anything with him. He was just the dude, and I'm like, I always fucking hated it, you know, because he could be cool. He's a good enough size that he could be a solo guy in his own. But Cody and I both agree. I still think he should be a tag team with Brian Cage.
Yeah,
almost from the gym.
Yeah, and then Powerhouse Hob comes in, and they're all just flexing like, oh yeah,
oh dude, we're the Ultra Powers, baby. We're the Greek statues, boom, like fucking carved from stone, sculpted by Gold's Gym. Like, you know, that would be the shit. They would be unstoppable. Just Braun Strowman and EC3 come in. Know your narrative. We're like, oh my god, my TV's gonna blast off its wall. So many big, strong men.
So let's moving on to Jericho Appreciation Society having a face-to-face with the team of Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz.
Cool. Did that?
It was a cool segment.
Was that when they lit Eddie's face on fire?
Well, that was the aftermath of it, but they were in the ring together, throwing the table around. The whole thing with Eddie getting in Chris Jericho's face, and Jericho looked fucking scared to death. It was fucking awesome. Great segment.
Well, you put a hit out on him, man. He's like, you know what a hit is.
Mm-hmm. Just seeing like Jericho's eyes, like looking back up at him, like he looked fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Absolutely, completely honest, I don't even remember the segment that much. It was a while ago now. I'm trying to think back. Like, I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I must not have been paying attention, but yeah, fucking.
That was that was where they did for whatever reason they did the slow mo of the fireball in the face, and it's like, why?
Yeah, that was gnarly.
Why would you do that?
It's kind of the same. I think it was the same idea of like showing the upward shot of Chris Jericho getting thrown off the cage, and it's like, oh no, you should have had the undershot of it, so we don't see the padding and the wood underneath it.
Like, don't slow-mo a fireball when it's clearly not gonna hit their face.
Yeah, don't slow-mo a fireball when it clearly hits Eddie Kingston's bald head. So there's no.
It was a quick shot that like I can forgive it. It wasn't like It wasn't like the deathmatch fireworks bad,
Yeah, that's true.
It's not even the spot, because when you watch it originally, it looks fine, but it's the slow-mo. They would do the slow-mo replay, and it was like you could clearly see it hit his bald head, so it didn't do any damage. You also could see it was like a sheet of paper, like dragon breath, and it was like, what breath? He fucking threw a piece of paper that he lit on fire on him.
Yeah. It was honestly, I'm just ready for this rivalry to end, and then
because in my opinion, once this rivalry's over, Santana and Ortiz can finally fucking do something with their careers, because they haven't done jack shit in AEW, and that pisses me the fuck off, because they fucking rule.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see them. I want to see them with the fucking tag team belts at some point soon.
Dude, they deserved the belt. I remember when like the non-tag teams, fucking Kenny and Hangman, and the fucking when Scorpio Sky and SCU, and it's like, Scorpio Sky, you are the singles competitor of that group, you idiot.
Yeah,
you're not
you stupid idiot.
You're stupid idiot.
It's that. It's literally that, and I'm like, yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. I there were so many times where I would hear commentators. So like I strictly remember early year and hear people like, oh, who deserves the belts more than these guys? Who could beat them? And I'm like, dude, I can name so many fucking tag teams that deserve those belts more than Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page.
Man, they put on a hell of a match, though. I still reference that match they had with the Bucks at Revolution.
I'm not saying that they weren't good in the ring. I'm just saying the last call was not a really good finishing move, but yet everybody misses it.
Yeah.
It's like Kenny and Hangman's rivalry has been awesome, but they don't need to be a tag team again, because at the end of the day, them as
they're not.
Yeah, it didn't make any fucking sense. And I don't know. I never liked it. I was not a fan of it. Always was like, they need to drop the belts. They had a fucking long ass title. It was never ending. It was like a fucking labyrinth of just, they're finally going to drop it. Nope, they didn't. Like, because the whole time I'm like, I want the cleaner back on the singles competitors and winning the world title like he did immediately after he fucking broke up with Hangman. That was too long of a thing. Anyway.
Well, here's something else I don't like.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
Santana and Ortiz rule. That's what we were talking about.
Yes, they do. They need to
sucks.
So, moving on to something I don't like, and that's the next match. You still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, baby.
All right, cool. It sounded like okay. The 10-man tag match between the Undisputed Elite and I did not write the entire list of guys, but yeah,
I think I can remember. It was Dante Martin.
Yeah, which is what
Top Flight and what is
not
it?
Top Flight because Darius is injured and it makes me sad because Darius is
right.
Which is sad because Dante's good too, but Darius is better in my opinion, and it sucks he keeps getting fucking injured. But it was Dante. There was Shawnee Lee Johnson, I think. No, Lee Moriarty. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, it was one of the Lees.
Brock Anderson.
Brock Anderson. Yeah. Captain Sean.
And then it was the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah.
Blondes without their cheerleader sister.
They just fought a bunch of jobbers.
Here's the problem I got. Why? Like,
that's the future.
Why are we putting Dante Martin in matches where he's losing in 10-mans? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that match, that was probably one of the most least interesting matches of the whole show.
Yeah, I didn't care at all. I don't, but also I hate the big multi-man matches.
I get you're gonna have shows where you can book talent in certain spots, but for shit like that, man, don't make it just a clearly evident who's gonna win this type of fucking big swollen tag team match.
A lot of their matches seem to be, to me at least, a lot of their matches seem to be pretty predictable as to who's gonna win. But granted, I also am known lately that I wrestling pretty easily now, and it doesn't hinder my experience. In fact, it helps me cope with the pain when I watch WWE because I know what's going to happen.
It
was something I learned how to do when I watched it there. But fucking
Well, let's
move on
to a match that we definitely want to talk about, and that match is Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Gomar for the TNT Championship. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a match that makes no fucking sense. Why on earth did you have Sammy Gomar win 2 weeks ago just to have him give the title right back to Scorpio Sky? It made no sense to me why Sammy Gomar won it back, and it makes even less sense that Scorpio Sky won it back.
It doesn't. They have been playing flip-flop with the title since Cody got involved with Sammy Gomar. I mean, Sammy lost it to Cody, and then they flip-flopped it back to Sammy, and then literally the next rivalry, basically, it was Scorpio Sky going, give me that bitch, give me that thing, and now we haven't seen the end of it. And now, and I brought it up earlier, fucking Scorpio Sky had the weirdest seamless transition from heel to face. He didn't even turn. There was not even a turn. Because the whole...
He just came out.
Yeah, because it's the face turn would have happened when Sammy and Ty Conti started doing shit, which is well before the fucking match that he lost. Because that was when, and the nut shot was the heel turn, but then the week after that, he's still acting like a heel, but somehow he's a face. It's it didn't make any fucking sense.
I said this a bit last episode, but I do want to mention it here because obviously I didn't get to talk to you about it, Nate, but I hate it because I feel like they've basically just shoehorned Sammy and Ty into the spot that Cody and Brandy were in, and now the crowd's not buying into it either. Now it's essentially spoiled Sammy and Ty just like it spoiled Cody and Brandy, I think, in many ways. And it's a shame because Sammy's still so fucking good in the ring, but this whole feud has just been intolerable, dude.
It sucks. His whole title reign now has just been fucking overshadowed.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's weird, and it really sucks because the dude he won it from was fucking Miro.
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
Great match against Miro, and then even the match he had with Cody was a fucking brilliant match. Even though what led to it was stupid. There
it was fucking sweet, but then you're gonna do the same thing with fucking Scorpio Sky literally a month and a half later.
Well,
what were you gonna say, Cody? I'm sorry.
It's just they're watering down the belt just terribly. You have, in the matter of 6 months, you've gotten two 3-time world champions. I'm sorry, not world champions, TNT champions.
Yeah, you have 2 3-time champs.
Right. For what reason?
And a 2-time champ because Scorpio Sky won it back. So he's a 2-time.
And the bigger problem is, like, you can't believe Men of the Year as being faces in this.
No,
I can't. And so essentially,
I could never see over because Ethan Page is a fucking douchebag too.
Yeah, but essentially, like, seeing this feud now and the state of it, I'm hoping this is pretty much marks the end of it because honestly, it's not going to work. My interest in it has been fucking zero, and obviously, you can see the crowd doesn't really give a shit either. They're honestly like, yeah,
dude,
like
they were fucking cheering a Scorpio Sky.
I mean, they were cheering them because obviously they made fucking I guess it worked for people, but for me it didn't work.
In the comedic sense, it was probably fuck. Finally, the feud is over.
Yeah,
we don't
maybe.
have to deal with that anymore. Yeah, they were throwing the hats in the air like it was graduation.
Well, what they're gonna do now is they're gonna have him fight Kazarian because they
they were teasing that.
That was teased last week. Hey, let me go first.
That rivalry is fine because at least there's history there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's rough because I really just feel like personally, like, I don't know. They need to do something different with that fucking belt. I mean, Sky could have a decent run with it and maybe give that to him now at this point. But
they won the play mixed tag champs recently.
Give Adam Cole that fucking title or something, dude. Make that title like count for something. You know what I mean? Put a fucking good talent with it. Give it back to fucking Darby, dude. Shit.
Yeah, give it back to. If we're making fucking 2-time champions, why don't you give it back to fucking Darby, who was probably the second best champion other than me, fucking Brody Lee. Well, no, I can't say that because I did a really good job with it too.
Because I would say Miro needs to come back for it, but Punk needs to win the belt, and then Miro come back, and then Punk and Miro have a thing. That'd be tight.
Dude,
and then Omega, dude. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But
when Miro comes back, have him become God's favorite world champion.
Let me
ask you, Cody. You have the better hand in these segments than I certainly do, and probably that Nate does either. Like I know you were kind of bringing up the topics. Do we have Punk the kind of?
What I was gonna say was we would talk about that next, and I
just want to make sure.
I'll
save it.
I'll just say this on Scorpio Sky and Sammy Gomar real quick.
Please.
Like I said, it doesn't make sense that you have a multi-time champ like Sammy Guevara became a 3-time champ in 6 months. You flip-flopping the title back and forth like WWE does, like people like to complain that WWE does. Okay, you can't take the high ground anymore just because we put on better matches. Maybe that's true, but you still fucking are flip-flopping the belt. So
but you're doing what WCW did with the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's like, dude, you can't just keep flipping it around. You got to give it to somebody and let it mean something. You know, Samoa Joe could fucking skyrocket that belt,
dude.
Malachi Black could skyrocket that belt. Anybody could.
Who would be your pick? Who would be your pick? Like Cody, Nate. Like who would be your pick? Next TNT champion.
Who I would want to be TNT champion, or who I think would be.
After Sky, who would be? Or I don't know who could skyrocket that belt again. Who can make that belt fucking relevant? Because it's not relevant right now.
Okay, if we're doing fantasy, like who I would think could make the belt as relevant as possible, I would say either fucking Scorpio Sky, not Scorpio Sky. I'm sorry, my bad. My brain melted for a second. I would say Samoa Joe. Sorry, they both started with S, and that my brain just.
Samoa Joe's a good one.
Samoa Joe would completely take that belt to the fucking moon. The other one would be Malachi Black. Because he would bring the black belt strap back. He would. he would probably just it would be one of those things where it would be his championship and he would completely just morph that into his character. You know what I mean? It would skyrocket that belt because he has a lot of rep right now.
Okay, so what about you, Cody? What would be your 2 picks?
I gotta pick 2. Okay, so
the third one. My third one was going to be Danhausen, but you know,
Hook, I think would probably be a good one. Because
you know what? I didn't even fucking think about Hook. That's a good answer. Good Family Feud. Good answer.
Yeah, Hook is one I could see because Hook that can push more on Hook's like badass fighting gimmicks that he's got going on.
It could get him over
as a prize fighter.
He's already over as fuck though.
The other one, let's see, another one. The other one I could pick would be I really don't know. Yeah, Malachi Black, I guess, would be the one that I would pick.
Not even Samoa Joe?
No, I think Samoa Joe's sticking with Ring of Honor stuff. I think he's
It's good. It's good if he does. I just was saying
I think he's gonna be a Ring of Honor guy.
Yeah.
So I think there is another one too that is on the rise that's not doing anything. Who is it? Someone I think could, if they booked it correctly, if they actually pushed him a little bit, would be Matt Sydal. I think if Matt Sydal was pushed and booked correctly, he could probably make something. That's not even. You brought flying the Matt Sydal shooting Sydal's press or whatever, and just because Matt Sydal's the shit. I love Matt Sydal.
Yeah. Quick before we get into Rampage, let's talk about
Adam Page and CM Punk announcement for the AEW title. And man, I'm happy with this. Let CM Punk have it. It's like I said last week, if CM Punk is going to be your champion, when are you going to do it other than now? Because CM Punk only has a couple more years left. He's in his 40s. It's a lot. Even on the short schedule he works, it's a lot on the body.
Yes.
So you gotta, if you want him to be a world champion, now is the time for him because he can give you those world championship matches.
Absolutely.
I think he's working at such a good caliber right now, dude.
Oh, he is very much.
Yeah, he is. The other thing too is like if we're gonna look at the opposite of that, looking in the other corner, in this corner, we have Adam Page, our champion, who is really like he's a okay champion, right? He's not the greatest.
But I'm kind of not crazy about him.
We're going to get into some controversial topics here.
I think he's had good matches, but I think he hasn't.
He does.
He's hit a wall as far as promos and character development goes.
I need to. We're gonna touch a little bit into some controversial waters. Okay, I'm gonna dip my toe in a little bit and say, well, Adam Page is just how do I say mid? He's not.
Jesus, you're a lot more blunt than I wanted to be.
I mean, I think you even had the same opinion on Cody last episode, so.
It's not because here's the thing, I loved the rivalry, and when he won, he deserved it. But then it was like the thing with when you're like you're so excited about wanting something, but then you didn't think about what would happen afterwards. It's kind of like.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like when like a movie. It would be like if a movie was so good and the ending happened, but then the ending didn't end and there was still like an hour left, and you're like, wait, why do I need to see this though?
You literally just described the torture I felt when I sat in to watch the second 50 Shades of Grey movie with my ex.
Dude, exactly.
I'm like, the movie could have ended and then it continued for another 45 minutes, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, it's called the non-ending, and I don't understand why this Adam Page championship is never ending, because it really, I'm going to say it. I'm not on board with the cowboy shit. Okay, I'm not. I just am not. It's not a thing that I'm into. Okay,
I don't care for it either.
I don't blame you, honestly. Like, I'm a fan of his ring work a lot. I think he's put on great fucking matches. But like he's hit a wall in development. He's hit a wall, and it's at a point now where it's like you have the belt, you got to take that shit and run with it, and he hasn't.
Right.
You know?
And as far as his ring work goes, in my opinion, again, because it is an opinion, I also think it's bland. It's good ring work. He's good in the ring, but I'm not a huge fan of my finishing move is a clothesline. I never was. JBL did it good, I guess, but JBL looks like he hits people a lot harder than Adam Page.
He fucking does. He works stiff as shit.
Like when he clotheslined you, he was like, "All right, you want me to flip it?" She says, "Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna break your fucking windpipe. You just prepare yourself." Like, okay, like it hurt. It looked like it hurt, But Adam Page is like, I did a front flip, and it's like, dude, I don't believe that. Though when the dude kicked out to you literally doing a fucking inverted tombstone off your back into your knees, the dead shot is way cooler than the buckshot. Can I just say that? Can I say that? Or dead eye? It's called dead eye. That's what it is. The dead eye. That is way fucking cooler than a buckshot. It is way cooler, and he doesn't use it. And when he does use it, they kick out, and it's like, why? That should be like your one-winged angel, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You just had people kick out of the buckshot and then fucking do that shit. Like, that's the thing. And that's what my complaint is. It's like if he had swapped his finishing move and signature, he would probably be more interesting in my eyes. Because his ring work is good, but the finish is just like, it's like, dude, you hit clotheslines throughout the whole fucking match, but now I'm supposed to expect it to be more powerful because you did a front flip off the ropes and lost momentum? What the fuck does that mean, dude? What do you mean? It's the same weak ass clothesline that you've been hitting the whole fucking match. I'm not.
I put that in the same tier of finishers as like Superman punch.
Yeah, really, huh?
The Hogan leg drop. Oh, I'm going to kick you in the face with it first, and then I'm going to drop a leg on you with my big, thick, muscular thigh. Oh, here comes the guillotine, paper cutter, leg cut. Drop. Oh, yeah, Hulkamania. Old wrestlers are so overrated. Again, tiptoeing into the controversial opinions here.
So obviously, it's kind of mutually shared. It's some in varying degrees here, but it's time for Hangman to lose the fucking belt. And yeah, so. Punk needs it, man. Punk needs it.
He does need it.
He's putting on 5-star caliber matches. Like, seriously, I think he's at his peak right now.
Right, and then even better yet, who could beat Punk? You could have him going a sweet ass.
Dude, have Omega come back. Omega versus Punk. That is fucking money.
That's not bad. I was thinking more along the lines of, again, God's favorite world champion, and let Miro come back.
Oh, that could be a feud right there easily, but we know who's going to win that. You know what I'm saying?
I think Miro should. If CM Punk takes it from Hangman, I think Miro should take it from CM Punk because Kenny's already been.
Well, Kenny doesn't need to win it, but the match itself, that's a 5-star match.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine
the defense, but I'm saying let Rusev. Excuse me, I don't want to use that the slave name. So Miro,
I'll just say, like, work with me here. So, like, just picture this, okay? So, Punk faces Hangman. They have a 5-star match, one of Hangman's best matches, even though he loses. Punk comes out of that. At the very end of the pay-per-view, Kenny Omega shows up, stare down with Punk. That sets up the next pay-per-view. Now, that match, obviously, Omega's not going to win that match, but that's still a great match to come back to. Now, you have Miro show up and then starts a feud with fucking Punk. That's your first two feuds right there. And both of those would be fucking brilliant, dude.
Yeah, but Miro needs to win, though. That's the problem.
Miro could take it from Punk. If anything, you push that storyline a little bit further along and have Punk have the belt for a few months, you know?
If you want Punk to stay relevant with the belt, you need him to have him defend at least 2 or 3 times. I mean,
yeah, maybe not the first 2, but I do agree with you on Miro taking it. So, but
that's what I'm saying. It's like Kenny should be the first rivalry.
But you know how good that would be?
It would, but let Miro be the last rivalry.
I'm okay with that. I'm saying not like we can book this shit, but I mean, hey, I feel like you could book this shit. I feel like we could.
Leave it to Adam. Leave it to Adam for parts of Unknown. Just leave it to him. He'll book it.
What do you think, Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do you think, Cody? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
I don't know, man.
Is it Rampage now we gotta go over?
Yeah, on the Rampage, man.
This is Rampage, baby.
Baby, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't.
I wasn't crazy about the Rampage.
It was not. It was
the same fucking Rampage episodes I get every Friday night. Just like
that's
filler, man.
When it comes to Rampage, we're not going to talk about story. We're just like the match was good, and it was good.
What matches you got for that?
I mean, there really was not that great. I mean, as far as storylines are concerned, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what we didn't talk about, and I'm thinking about it now. I don't know if it was Rampage or if it was. Wait, was the House of Black stuff Rampage or was that Dynamite?
Oh shit! What? I think that was Rampage, wasn't it?
I forgot. Okay, that's what I was going to say.
So that was another thing we forgot about was the House of Black segment. With, Phoenix returning, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Phoenix returning. I was going to say that's the main reason I wanted to bring it up.
I thought it was awesome.
I'm gonna lie, I knew it immediately because
I knew it immediately.
When it cut to the ring and it was supposed to be, you know, the translator guy.
It looked
too
ring. Small.
That doesn't look like him at all. That's definitely Phoenix. And then of course he comes out. He's like, "Oh yeah, thing," and it's like, "Oh, big surprise." Not really, but okay.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching with my girlfriend. I'm like, I can hear that like he's talking through the speakers in the arena. That's not the same. Like that he's not in the fucking ring right now.
Oh yeah. It was more like, oh wow, you could tell that he's not kind of breathing like a person who's cutting a promo right now. You can't see his face, so it's probably not him.
Yeah.
He's under that like a fucking bed sheet, just kind of hotboxed in there, like, oh yeah, I got the mic and everything in here, and you can't see me talking because it's like a coffin.
It's still a cool segment though. Like I'm so happy to see Phoenix back. Death Triangle like needs to have a good run now. That they got them all. The gang's back together, and now let's like see what they can fucking do.
And you know what? If you don't do anything with them, at least do something cool and like put them with the House of Black or something. Because at least
give Pac the TNT belt. I'm saying it right now. I just thought about that. Give Pac the TNT belt,
Pac
dude.
is a TNT champ.
He is a fucking monster, dude. Any of his matches are always super fucking good.
Oh my god, I love Pac. Pac was such a good sign. I remember when they lost him for a little bit, like his contract, they were having negotiations with it early on in AEW's career and AEW's existence. Sorry, and I was really like, don't lose him. Don't lose him.
I know. And with him being so spotty and getting like, you know, stuck because of travel issues and shit.
Also, another thing that was teased on Wednesday that we did forget about because we already talked about this match, but it was teased on Wednesday and even teased even more on Rampage Friday night. Big Cass is probably going to be there next week.
Oh, dude, I freaked out when I heard that.
But I'm also
give me fucking Enzo and Cass in AEW. No, like even if they're just on Dark, I don't give a fuck.
I was gonna say leave Enzo alone. Let him not be anywhere because Enzo fucking sucks. Big Cass is the shit, dude. I remember when he fucking came back and he debuted and he fucking had that rivalry with Daniel Bryan. My God, the entire time I was like, Big Cass, I didn't know you could talk. You're so much cooler when you talk.
Yeah.
He fucking cuts stupid good promos and he's a fucking giant. Let Kaz XL just be himself. I don't need Enzo and Cass. I don't need what the fuck was their fucking tag team on the Indies? Oh God, it was something stupid. It was something stupid. It was really, I don't remember what the fuck it was called. It was really stupid though. It was like 2.0, but not even as good. It was bad. But it's like, just let him be himself. We don't need Enzo. Seriously. Enzo ruined the cruiserweight division because he sucks. We don't need him. All right.
I mean, it was bad booking, but I feel like if you booked him right, maybe it'd be entertaining.
He was entertaining, but dude, he sucked in the ring.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like he's not good. He's not a good wrestler. At the end of the day, he's not, and that's coming from a dude who can't do it.
Cass was definitely a lot better in the ring for sure.
Oh my god, dude! You can't teach that. The man's 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall wrestlers are stars. Okay, look at Omos.
I definitely think he's definitely still losing to Wardlow though, but it's still going to be cool to see.
Absolutely, but the thing is, the difference is it's not going to be fucking Wardlow versus the Butcher. Like, oh, shiver me timbers. When he called him out, like, oh, you know what to beat Wardlow with? Oh, Butcher. I was like, oh fuck, I'm so scared. Oh god, the man who got chopped 2 weeks ago with the fucking handlebar mustache and the receding hairline. I'm so fucking scared of the man who can't take the fucking shatter machine correctly. Dude, oh my god. And then they had the Butcher in action match trying to hype him up, and it's like, dude, he's not scary. I know Wardlow's gonna win that. I don't care how much bigger than Wardlow he is. At least that match is gonna be like a massive match. He's gonna get it's not gonna make Big Cass look bad. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, if I may insert a little bit of skepticism.
Okay.
Second. It has come to my attention that they are making this very obvious. Very, like, they're pretty much telling you who it is without officially telling you who it is. And I'm not going to lie, I've noticed that a lot of times when you tend to be that obvious, you're about to swerve the fuck out of people.
Yeah, they could. I don't know though. I feel like AEW's always made it obvious though. You remember when Punk wrote DB on his fucking shoes and all that shit?
But why? I guess my question is, why would you not just say
no, it's not going to be at all out?
Wait. What?
Why would you not just say it's Big Cass? Like, why does it have to be a mystery opponent? And then you're going to say the entire Big Cass's entire catchphrase for us all to think it's Big Cass? Why don't you just come out and say it's Big Cass?
They'll probably troll us first and say that it's not Big Cass, but then it's going to be Big Cass.
Say what you want about it, even if you don't agree with it. I can understand why they do that. And the reason is it gets more shares. It gets more eyes because people are going to share that clip on social media. People are going to share that around in discussion like, oh, shit. It creates talk. If you just announce it, it still gets shared around, but it creates like a hype. They're just trying to pull this little hype train for like any, AEW has always done that with like mystery booking. I'm not necessarily a fan of it, but I can understand as to why they would do it.
It makes things exciting. That's the thing. Is like the whole time we've just been waiting for Wyndham to debut. Like we've just been waiting for it.
Yeah,
who knows if it's gonna happen? But when it does, I'm going to flip my shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes the surprise debut of big stars is always super fucking entertaining, And so I understand. And that's why it was the same thing with Adam Cole, right? They teased Daniel Bryan, but they also teased Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Because Britt Baker was posting shit with Adam Cole, like all his teeth are checked. They're all pearly whites and clean. And then she did the Panama Sunrise in the match at All Out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, that's a tease. That's a tease. He's here. He's coming. He will be here. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but he'll be here. And then we were waiting for Daniel Bryan and fucking Adam Cole debuts. And you're like, holy fucking shit. Right? Oh, fuck. Well, we're not going to get Bryan. But then Daniel Bryan fucking debuts anyways. And you're like, holy fucking shit.
What a fucking night that pay-per-view was, dude. What a fucking night.
Was, dude. Because they were all like saying, oh, yeah, you guys wanted Daniel Bryan. He's not here. Ha, ha, ha. And then he was there. And we're like, because you're like, oh, fuck. Well, Adam Cole, I'll take it. It's not Daniel Bryan like I was expecting, but I'll take it. Holy fuck, Daniel Bryan's here too. Like, it makes it exciting. It doesn't even necessarily bring us draw because the people are always watching anyways. It just makes it exciting to watch.
Yeah.
But I personally, I like it. I like it a lot. I always like the mystery booking. I like the big signees and stuff like that. And when they don't do necessarily a lot with them, it's not a big deal to me because I understand that talent is saturated. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same problem that WWE had. But Tony Khan tries to circulate talent as best he can. And I mean, it is what it is. You know, I don't like to complain about talent circulation, but I will complain about WWE's talent circulation because fuck Charlotte Flair.
Well, let's move on into Rampage, you guys.
Rampage?
Yes, Rampage.
And first match of the night was Swerve Strickland versus Darby Allin.
That was a good match.
That
was a good match. That was one of the only matches that I actually watched fully because I was tired the first time I watched it.
We had to go. You watched half of it and then had to go back the next day to watch the other half.
That was the one match that I watched the whole thing of. The ending was fucky, but it was good. They played it off really nicely. I thought it was a well booked segment and all of that. It was good. It was nice. It was a decent match and a decent payoff, and I'm hoping Darby goes decently far. I don't necessarily think he's going to win the tournament, but let him go to let him go far. Let him at least bypass the first round or something.
Let him to the fucking end of it, yeah.
Not even the end. Just let him win his first match, and then let him get a hard fought loss. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing about AEW is they don't like to. They'll have how people have in the whole idea of like a guy's really over and then you squash him.
Yeah.
Type of booking, that stuff doesn't happen. When somebody loses, like if somebody loses a title or a guy who's really over loses, those matches are hard fought by the end of it. You know what I mean? Like you can tell both the guys are fucking gassed, like they're fucking tired at the end of it, and it's like you can see they give it their all in kayfabe and the whole thing. So it's like they don't fucking make the losers look bad at all. If you lose, it's just a bad strike on your record. It doesn't do anything to your image in that company for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, man, I agree. It was a good match. I personally feel like Darby's gonna make it probably to at least the semifinals, if not the finals. I don't know how many rounds they're gonna have, but
yeah, I don't know how many qualifying matches they're gonna have. I don't even know when the fuck this tournament's gonna start.
Yeah, yeah, they haven't said it yet. You're right. I was trying to think. I thought I had heard they had, but yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, we then go into the next match. Colton Gunn versus Keith Lee.
Squash. I'm just kidding. That actually wasn't necessarily a squash match, but it wasn't a bad match. There wasn't a match in between that.
Keith Lee said, "Get in my belly, feed me."
Yeah. Was there not that though?
What?
Was there not a match before that?
That was the Darby and Strickland match. Oh no. No, I think it was the lead, or was the Baddies match before it? I just have it written down.
I think the Baddies match was before it.
Well, either way, I just have it written down in that order.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the Baddies match ain't that much to talk about. It was another kind of squashy.
No, yeah.
I didn't even watch that. I'm sorry.
Dude, hey, you didn't miss much.
I'd rather just be honest than what I mean. Like, hey, like if it's your thing, it's your thing. But I'm just not a fan. So.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure the crowd was pretty silent for most of it. It was a pretty dead crowd for most of the match. It was a decent enough match, but it was basically just a look at us, we're powerful women, and that's not because of the women part. That's just because that's just how they booked it. It was like, look at us, we're very big and powerful and fear us, and it's like, cool, that's fine, I get it. It's a new trio, you're debuting them. they're supposed to look empowering, and I got that. It worked, but as far as the match was concerned, it wasn't anything fucking special. It was a squash match to fucking jobbers, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, I want to just say this. Keith Lee, dude, I am so excited. That's a dude I want to see be AEW World Champion.
Oh yeah. TNT champion.
You know what? I'm gonna go back. He's my second choice for the TNT Championship.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Good answer. Good answer. Cut back to that Family Feud meme.
I love Keith Lee. Okay, so we'll go ahead and skip the baddie since none of us really have anything nice to say about it.
Well, we already said everything we can say about it, I think.
Here's my opinion.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Hook versus Danhausen, or the match that really didn't happen.
Hey, that wasn't a match. It was a face-off. They went at a face.
You're right. I'm sorry. It was a face-off.
They had a face-to-face confrontation.
I am too scared of confrontation. That
was indeed what Danhausen did, because he literally, Hook sprinted to the ring, got in his face, and Danhausen was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I wasn't talking shit about you while I was talking shit about you. You mistook this shit talking for, I was talking shit about you. I'm sorry. Like, that was basically the whole fucking thing. And then they got the shit kicked out of him by, who was it? Fucking Tony Nese? Tony Knees?
Yeah.
Tony Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes?
I know he got really over in the Indies, but I've never really been behind him much.
He got over in WWE too. He was the Cruiserweight champion for a minute.
Right. I'm sorry.
Was he the savior that saved us from it?
This is me just being honest about my limited knowledge with him. I don't know. I had no idea.
It
was fine. I do really want to see like Danhausen like wrestle. I don't think I've seen a match.
I wonder. Do you think now that they have a common enemy, do you think that Hook and maybe Hook leaves Team Taz and joins the Best Friends?
Danhausen,
potentially they would get him over to get separated from Team Taz.
He's already over as fuck.
Well, he's not with Team Taz necessarily.
Well, dude, Hook's already over as fuck.
Yeah, but he needs to go somewhere. Like this is gonna die down if they don't propel him further.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. The QT Marshall feud proved how over he was.
Yeah.
Weird too, because he's over as fuck, but fucking Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs are not. Notice how he's separated from them now, even though he's still a member of Team Taz. They don't do things together anymore. That's because he's face.
Yeah.
The crowd fucking loved him. I don't know what it is, dude, about Hook, but the crowd fucking loves him. I mean, he's cool. He's really cool, but I it's one of those things where it's like, he just has it. You know what I mean? They are eating it up.
Huh. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm interested to see what they do with it.
I am too. I just don't know how I feel about the Danhausen choices, though. Danhausen doesn't seem like the type that would be involved in any rivalry, really.
Well, he can just he's just an easy one that they can feed to Hook, but also make it entertaining. You know what I mean?
I guess, but they're booking it like they're going to be a fucking team. And it's like, dude.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know. It's just like, if you're gonna do this weird tag team with someone who's, I don't know, more like Hook, I guess.
Right.
Well, guys, hold on. Well, guys, I think it's time we move into the final match of the night.
Okay.
Samoa Joe versus Trent.
That was a good match, actually. The
Just
match
what I expected.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was expecting it to be. A match between two faces, and the faces are good. I like Trent. I always did. I liked Trent and Chuck Taylor as a tag team. I thought the Best Friends not necessarily were cool, but I liked their whole I liked them in the ring, and like their promo work wasn't bad, and they had good chemistry as a team, and it was really cool. But then when they started becoming like a fucking faction, and like a bunch of people started joining, and then they'd have tag team matches where it'd be like, oh, the best friends, and it's not Chuck Taylor and Trent, it's like, you know, fucking Orange Cassidy and fucking Danhausen, and you're like, well, those aren't the best friends. That's Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. That's not the best friends at all. Yeah. They kind of fizzled out, and it sucks because I still think Trent's fucking great in the ring and stuff. And I mean, obviously he put on a great match last night, but fucking fucking Friday, Samoa Joe's the shit though. I love Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, man, the match was pretty good. I'm just excited because it's, you know, if I feel like this is going to be the big thing with Ring of Honor going forward, and they're really working hard and doing a good job at building interest, you know, because I'm going to once Ring of Honor starts and that goes over to that show, it's definitely something I'm going to want to keep watching, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they're really pushing the Jay Lethal Samoa Joe thing hard. I think they're probably going to build up to a match between the two of them at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Or maybe another Ring of Honor event for the World Television title. Just something. They're gonna definitely have something. But Jay Lethal, the heel work has been weird. That was a weird heel turn to me. Not necessarily in the sense of like, oh, Jay Lethal is a heel. That's weird. It's more like the way that he did it just didn't seem. It didn't seem normal. Like it was literally like it was this weird thing of like he did it and then was like, oh no, should I do that? Should I do that? Yes, I'm gonna keep doing that. And it was really weird transition of he's a heel now, and it didn't really make sense. You know, but I mean, he's been doing fine. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. Anyway. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm interested to see what they do with Samoa Joe in AEW, man. I think this run of his could very well be his possibly like last really solid run he's having on right now.
Yeah. I don't blame. I mean, he's done it all everywhere. Mm-hmm. He's been everywhere. He did as much as he was ever going to do in WWE. Frankly, I mean, he didn't do much at WWE, but it was as much as he was ever going to do. And I don't blame him for trying, but I knew he wasn't going to be a fucking like biggest star in the world in WWE that they would book the company around, because he wasn't even really that in TNA where he got famous. I mean, he was a huge star in TNA, but they didn't book the company around him. There was other guys. It still
kills me that they didn't book his feud with Lesnar right in WWE. I know that's a entirely different topic, but like
that issue,
I always go back to that. Like that, it just hurts. That was such a feud that could have been so big and powerful, Samoa Joe and Lesnar, and they just booked that like garbage. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with him in AEW.
I agree. Well, guys, that seems to be it, man. That's the podcast, and that's our first one all together, the three of us.
Yeah. I'm excited to do this more, man. You know,
this is fun.
This was a little bit of a more like late night podcast. You know, it was a little bit more laid back
on the later side.
But I'm happy we all got together and did this, and there'll be plenty more to come every week. You know, absolutely, check our Twitter for updates. They're all coming on YouTube, so subscribe and all that jazz. We'll get this podcast on maybe some services soon. You know, Apple Podcast, Spotify, but that's all in the works right now. So, thanks for listening. If you are, till next time, it's Wes here.
This is Cody.
Yeah,
and ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you in and listening to this smooth jazz of wrestling words from wrestling.
Cool. So now
you have a wonderful night, America.
All right, so now that we're done talking about AEW, let's keep talking for another 45 minutes since we ended the podcast, and the listener will be very confused. Wait, didn't they end? Didn't they end the podcast? Wasn't that?
Oh no! Look! Let's do 3 outros. I don't give a fuck. Like,
now it's time. Wait, forgot. Hold on. Now it's time we talk about Charlotte Flair, and she sucks. And
Charlotte Flair sucks.
Yeah. Had enough of her. No. Oh God, no thanks. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm so happy that they, she was not convinced to join AEW, because I know there was a moment there where she was about to leave.
Oh, dude, I was
far away.
I was so fucking scared when I heard about that shit, because I was like, I'm watching AEW to specifically get away from you. I don't need you to come and ruin my good times.
Wait, what did you say, Cody?
You know damn well.
My good times.
Wait, what?
You know damn well Tony Khan is going to sign her.
Oh no! Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Employed by
He's been saying that to me, and it hurts my feelings.
It
hurts my feelings.
Don't say that.
Knocking on wood.
Just accept reality, bro. Don't live in a.
Is there anything else we got here? Like, what's happening right now?
Dude, I don't want it.
I'm here for it. I like this. This is like chaotic energy, and I love it.
All right. Great.
Fuck Charlotte Flair. I like having a platform where I can say things in recording. It's great.
Go for it.
Oh no, I did. I said fuck Charlotte Flair. I also was dipping into some very controversial opinions that I have, and I'm glad that I was able to say these things, because at the end of the day, they're just opinions, and it's like everybody has them. You don't have to fucking agree with me, because it's like, who fucking cares? I'm some nobody from the woods. Like, my opinion doesn't matter. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't think you really said anything highly controversial. I mean, most people would agree with most of the things we said.
It's true. I did say
it's
a podcast.
They can get their own podcast.
I did say about Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, though. So.
Wait,
I think everything's been constructive.
Yeah,
here.
Cody's concerned now.
What about Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, I said that, like the old wrestlers, they're overrated. They kind of suck compared to now.
Anyway, it's been real. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah.
Say bye, everybody. Bye.
Right, you have a good one.